Hey everyone, and welcome to the Sauna that was brought to you by Sweaty Century Esports. My name is Woody. We have Night Raid here. Apparently our cameras are just not functioning today. So I will fight with this as we talk, but either way, how's it going, man?
I'm going all right. How are you today, sir?
Well, it was good. Had some dinner with the family tonight. Was at the trailer last night. It was good times. Went swimming.
So when you say trailer, do you mean like camping?
Yes, like camping.
Okay, because like I was like, man, he keeps saying trailer, and I'm not understanding what the fuck what he's talking about. But I assumed it meant camping.
No, I live in a trailer. I have to go. I'm heading to my trailer. No. It's a camping place. My wife's been camping there for like 40 years. Well, for as long as she's been alive, apparently. So.
Oh, is that where your family went to? So that's how you got your mancation?
That's exactly how I got my mancation. They took off there. It's about an hour and 15 minutes away, and late nights.
Nice.
I'll tell you, it's terrible.
Nice. Yeah, my family, my girl's side of the family usually goes to, her side of the family reunion for like a week in August usually.
Oh, nice.
And I usually get a month, but because of the whole coronavirus this year, they canceled it, so I don't get that.
That's too bad.
I know. I'm so sad about it.
I would be sad too, sir. 100%.
Like you know how much I look forward to that week every year, and then now it's gone. And it's like.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, we have an exciting.
There we go. I got my shit fixed. Woo, there we go.
We got an exciting show for you guys tonight. We're going to talk about the invitational rules because it does have its own set of rules. We're gonna kind of break it down and explain it thoroughly, so that way the viewers that are watching can understand the rules if their team does qualify for the invitational. Then we'll move on to the what everybody shows up for usually for our bi-weekly episode when we do the bracket drawings. There's a few teams again that we talked about last week about what teams need to step up this week to make sure they qualify. And then of course we're going to finish off with our season in review. So just talk about some of the good moments that we've had, some of the stuff that that probably can use a little tweak for season 2. So like stuff like that we'll talk about. So let's get right into it. Let's talk about the invitationals, right? The invitational again is the 2-day. The invitational is a 2-day, 2-stage Armajet Battle Ball tournament. Day 1's going to be on July 25th. Day 2 is on the 26th. The time has been moved to 1 p.m. Eastern time, so just in case people aren't aware, it is at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And the way to qualify for the invitational is, again, you got to be in the top 8 positioning of the Battle Ball, the Battle Gem series. So right now we have, I think, Hammers, Phenoms, Levy, and Terminus are the only 4 teams that are a shoo-in. As far as the points go, and then we have teams like XOZ, Apex, Inferno, THC, and I'm missing somebody. Who am I missing?
Yeah, sorry, I'm dealing with technical stuff on the background. You're on. So the list of teams of who's playing this weekend, or sorry, I missed that.
Just the teams that are like in that limbo. So there's 5 teams that can kind of get swapped out.
Yeah, well, there's 5 teams that are within 5 points of each other, and as you're mentioning, those guys are Fiery Tail, Inferno, XOZ, THC, SSE, Apex. Those are the guys that are going to be fighting for those last spots.
So it's actually the icons are a shoe in as well. So yeah, it was Apex, Apex, XOZ, THC, and Inferno. Those four teams have to show up this week. And actually, believe it or not, if Bit Odyssey somehow actually comes in and wins this battle gem, they'll actually qualify, which is kind of nuts, right?
Absolutely, and Tex wouldn't have it any other way if that was the case.
Oh, that's THC. I'm talking about Bit Odyssey. I'm talking
sorry,
about,
Bit Odyssey.
Axmako's team. Yeah, Bit Odyssey. Yeah,
sorry, I heard THC, not Bit. Sorry. Yeah, no,
they're like, I mean, they're quite heftily behind. But if they come in again and just surprise everybody and win it all, like they can qualify. So, but yeah, I mean, we had Texas Ace last week. Like he said, he wouldn't have it any other way of them being an underdog, and I admire that approach. I remember when we were underdogs, and we put a lot of time in, and like teams like TAC and Bit and the whole Bit crew there, they're spending a lot of time, which kind of reminds me them of us. So yeah, so let's get into day one, right? So day one is going to be a round robin format. It's going to be broken up into two groups.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be a group A, group B based on seedings. The seedings will be 1, 4, 5, and 8 in group A. And then group B is going to have 2, 3, 6, and 7. They're going to play within their group a best of 2 series or 2 matches. Each team is going to have a game on their home server, and then there'll be bans, right? So each ban is going to, in the round robin, is going to be a pilot ban, and I hope teams read it, because there are going to be pilot bans. There are going to be a primary, a secondary, and an ultimate ban. I think the pilot bans is going to be huge for the Invitational, especially since up to the Invitationals there hasn't been a pilot. There's not going to be a pilot ban, or it hasn't been a pilot ban, and teams will definitely have to start making preparations for it. I hope for the sake of the competition level, I hope teams are practicing with multiple different pilots, just in case somebody's like, hey, let's ban this pilot, or ban that pilot. And I'm assuming the 2 pilots that's most likely going to go are going to be Yumeko and Ramirez. Like, I mean, bar none, because they're both 110 health, right?
Yep.
And I think those are the 2 most used pilots right now. So I think those 2 pilots are going to go. But, you never know. I mean, a team might think, hey, let's take away Jackal, because he has 120 fuel with a 7.5 speed, which is which can be very dangerous for like the maps like District and Temple, to where the jet fuel really comes in handy. Let's see what else here. Let me get back to the rules here.
So how about this? Let me pull up the rules so we can go through it line by line and talk about that, because in the rules themselves, they also show the actual like bracket and how it's supposed to look here. So as Knight was saying, this is going to be a much different layout for the tournament. It's 2 stages. We have the round robin stage, and then the actual elimination stage 2. How the seeding is all going to work is the top 8 teams are going to, like Knight Reed said, split into Group A and Group B, and you kind of have a visual of exactly what that looks like. People who finish 1, 4, 5, and 8 are in Group A, 2, 3, 6, and 7 for Group B. Everyone's going to play each other twice. There's going to be points related to it. Do you want to talk a bit more about that?
So the points, that's the way that's going to be worked out, is each match that you win in your round robin, not the series, but each individual match that you win, you will earn 2 points for a win, 1 point for a draw, and 0 point for a loss. So, the more games that you win, of course, the more likelihood that you're going to make it to the next round. Even if you can pull a draw off to get 1 point, it's going to help. So, in the event of a draw, there is no replay the map. This is in the round robin stage. It is what it is. Like whatever the final outcome is that's what it is. So, um, yes, honey. So yeah, I mean, it's very important. My
Absolutely.
youngest wants to be on the podcast with me tonight.
Nice. So it's no Unreal. There's no best of 3. It's 2 games only. There's no best of. It's just play each other twice and get points. There's no
Yes.
one. If you end up cleaning someone out, great. You end up with 4 points. The other person gets 0. There's no anything. It's just for getting the points and the seedings for stage 2, which we're just about to talk about.
Absolutely.
We're gonna get there about the
stage-
map, so hold your horses, hold your ponies.
Hold your horses. So stage 2 is going to happen on July 26th again at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Based on the results of the stage 1 round robin, teams placing in the top 6 will move to the winners bracket, while the bottom 2 teams will start in the losers bracket. The top 2 teams will be given the first round bye for the stage 2 elimination series. So what that means again is seeds 1 and 2 will get a bye, and then seeds 3, 4, 5, and 6 will be in the upper bracket here. As you can see, 7 and 8 will start in the losers bracket, to where if they lose once, that's it, they're out. Or lose in the series once and they're out. So that means they have to bring their A game. Like they have to make the adjustments from day 1 to make sure that in day 2 they show up.
Yep, absolutely.
And
yeah, so all right, no, go
I
on.
was gonna say one thing to really point out here is this is not a true double elimination situation, as you can see, guys, because seeds 7 and 8 do not get the opportunity for a double elimination. And if you can look over here in the finals, the grand finals here up top, it is not a double elimination for the grand finals either. So that is something to keep in mind, everybody. It is not a true double elimination format. That's why it says it's an elimination series.
Yeah, it's a modified version. Many other sports do this model. So if it's one game only in the finals, a best of 7, and that's it. There's none of this double dipping or the winner gets a chance to be a loser once. So that's how that's laid out.
I'm a firm believer of in the grand finals match, you bring your A game, and because you didn't bring your A game the first time, you shouldn't get a do over and say, okay, well, we didn't bring our A game this time, we'll get a do over. Like I think that is not the best way to do it. So I mean we've had this discussion about how to bring it for you guys, but I think this is the way we decided to go with it, and that's what it is. So you want to talk about tiebreakers, Woody?
Yeah, let's bring it on tiebreakers. So after the first series, there's going to be tiebreakers guaranteed, and this is how we're going to break that. What did I say?
It's first series, but I know what you mean.
Yeah. Sorry. Stage 1 is what I meant to say. After stage 1, we're gonna probably have some ties, and so we're gonna base it on most goals scored. If that for some reason is equal, then we'll do heads up winner, because they likely played each other potentially. We'll go with that. Most kills and assists, the total team score, and then coin flip with the highest seed in the TBG point series calling the flip. So
let's talk about the heads up winner, because a lot of people may not understand what heads up winner may be. So heads up winner, guys, is where in your own bracket, if you played somebody, right, and you guys happen to end up in a draw or at the same points, whoever took the most games in that best of 2 is going to be the heads up winner. So that means, let's say Team B plays Team C, and Team B won one game and draw the second game. That means if they ended up in a tie, that means Team B would be the heads up winner. that is how that works out. And then again, after that, there's gonna be most kills, most assists, and then total team score. And then what the total team score means is, you know how you guys after each game, the MVP is decided by total points of that individual player. That's what its total team score means, is all the players on that team's total score. So that will be tallied throughout the event. So that way we can determine a winner.
All right. Any questions in the audience?
Any questions? Yes. Any questions so far?
Any questions?
Because I know we're going through this at a pretty decent rate. I just want to make sure that everybody has a understanding.
All right, so Unreal FX had a question in regards to how are maps determined. We're about to go through it right now. So coin flip. If you've been a part of the coin flip before, this is really no different. We expect everyone to be in the voice chat 30 minutes prior to the event. If you're not there for the flip, too bad. You're not getting your choices. This is also going to be very different because we're gonna all, like Nightreed said there, we are including a pilot ban in this one. And map preferences. We're not going. This is not the standard way we've done all the TBGs, because this isn't a TBG. It's the invitational. So you're going to go through the coin flip. You get first and third. If you won the coin flip, you get first and third choices of one of these four, and the loser of the coin flip will get choice 2 and 4. So server preference. Obviously, if you have a preference in any server. You don't have to have a home server in this one, guys. This is going to be a big thing. You can choose Oceanic if you wanted to. You can choose SA, NA, EU, whatever's available. Go for it. And this is going to be, a choice that happens how often again?
So it's during every series. So you know how in the Battle Gym series right now, like when you register, you have to register a server, right? To say whether NA, EU, SA. That's how that is the server that you will play throughout the whole series. But in the invitationals, there is no set server. So that means, let's say Phenoms let's say they're playing Hammers, right? And they said, all right, you know what? We don't want NA server in the series against them. We can move it to EU or SA or whatever server that we choose to. So each, and this is where strategy comes in. Okay, so depending on which team that you're playing, you may preference one server over another. So, so that is the difference in this. So there is no set server for any team.
Sounds good. All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, map preference. You get first choice of you get your first and third choice for map preference. Actually, depending on the game, right? So if it's a best of 5, it's 1, 3, and 5. If it's best of 7, I believe we have 1, 3, or did you change? No, it's 1, 3, 5, 7. Yeah, and then and then obviously the opposite for the other team.
Yes, so in this one...
But there is actually... Sorry, let's just slide this down because we do have a discussion about the maps itself. Actually, just later in the rules. The team who selects the map preference for the coin toss will choose maps on game 1, 3, and 5, and 7, while the other 2, 4, 6, like we said. Map choices must be different for the best of 3 series and the best of 5 series. In a best of 7... Game 6 and 7 may be reused of any of the previous map chosen. This is very different for what we had for the for TPG, where map, I believe 7 was auto-chose, right?
No, map 6 was auto-chose.
Map 6, sorry.
7, right, and 7 was a reused map. But for this, again, once the first 5 maps are chosen, then all the maps are reopened to be chosen again. So so again, in the invitational, there is no set maps. So it's not Moon, Snow Base, District. That is gone for the invitational itself. so teams will say, okay, we play better on this map, or we play better on this map, and they're going to be able to choose the maps that they want to play first, right? So yeah, that is a difference. Again, so home team picks on 1, 3, 5, 7. Away will get 2, 4, 6, and for a best of 7 series, after the 5th map is chosen, all the maps reopen. So that means there may be potentially a map that never gets used.
Possibly.
And I bet you it's going to be district for a
District.
lot of
teams. What map has the most controversy right now?
Right.
Too funny.
So, yeah. All right. So next one would be side.
Grievous, the Gringo, had a question. How much of this will be streamed? 100% of it will be streamed.
Yes, 100% of the Invitational will be streamed, including the All-Star game. And I know everybody's been texting me, oh, what is the All-Star game? What's the format? Everything. Just be patient. Within the next couple of days, we'll have it out for you guys. I'm just giving everybody a chance to register prior to, so that way I know exactly, we get a gauge of how many people are interested and how many games we can actually fit in. So just, everybody just hold your horses. Again, we will have an all-star game, it's going to be competitive yet fun. And I just want to give everybody a chance to everybody to get a chance to register for it. So if you haven't yet, make sure you stop by the Discord, and under the all-star game registration, you put your in-game handle in there.
Absolutely. And if everyone needs to DM Night Raid tonight, his cell phone number is 123 555.
Thanks, Unreal. Thanks. He said,
funny.
Everybody DM Night Raid.
Yeah, that's why I was giving up your cell phone number. Just blow up your number on the internet. Side bands, we'll get into that, side choices. Alpha Bravo, fairly simple, and that's what you play for the entire time. And then bands, 8675309. Nice, buddy.
Yeah, so bands will have 4 parts to it again. It will have a pilot band. So we're going to start with pilot, primary, secondary, and ultimate. So if you select bands as one of your choices, you will get the second pick, or you'll ban second. So the team that did not choose bands will have to pick first each time, starting with a pilot and a primary, a secondary, then an ultimate. I think this is going to be huge again. I think pilot bands are going to be a brand new thing here, and hopefully it'll carry over to season 2. But this is going to be who's been practicing with other pilots now at this point.
Absolutely. All right. Yeah. So I think that's pretty much it for the bands side of things. We talked about that here. Team who selected bands, coin toss, final choice of pilot. Let's talk about bands and the actual use of the bands. The rules here are no different than we have for TBG here. So if a ban item is used in game, the offending team will forfeit that match, and the series will continue on its next scheduled match, taking a loss. The following conditions must happen, though, in order for a team to forfeit due to the use of a ban item. The player fired or used a ban weapon. So that means no infraction if the player is holding the weapon or as a secondary, but does not fire it. So frags are banned. I've cocked back one up like I normally do, but realized last second I probably shouldn't throw this, and then I get killed. I didn't use it. I thought about it, but I didn't use it. And so that's okay, but you probably don't want to mess with that because you're going to make a mistake. And the designated referee actually has to see the player firing the weapon. That is a huge thing. We will have referees watching, ensuring that things are going properly. And if they see it, they'll call it. Much like most sports, that's how it's going to happen. Except for some sports, they do have replays to go back. There will be none of that. The referees will have the final say, and
yeah. So I was
no.
say,
So we're missing a letter here. We're missing a word in here.
So let's say the referee saw a banned weapon in the match. He's not going to stop it right then and there. You will still finish the match, just in case he mistakenly saw it. So that way we will. No, that was practice.
No, it was no video analysis will take place. There you go. I don't know who changed that, but I remember it saying no. Anyway.
No. So it was correct, sir. So
it was?
We had to change it. Because,
I didn't know. I didn't realize you changed it.
Oop. Yeah, so that way, just in case the referee made a mistake and thought he saw a banned weapon.
Oh, okay. But it wasn't. Similar to what happened with Seeker. What Seeker did. Where he thought something was used, but it wasn't.
But it wasn't. So that way the map is still finished, and we have a result at the end to see who won and who lost.
Okay.
Just in case there was, yeah. So that way, the map. So again, it says the referee will have final say, and any video analysis will take place at the conclusion of the current match. So if let's say a referee say, "Oh, I saw a ban," he'll type, ban weapon," right? But that doesn't mean that you stop the match. You still play like you're trying to win, whether you use it or not. And then at the end of the match, the referee will go back, review the match to clip. So I guess to clip the ban weapons to say, "Hey, this is where it was used right here. Timestamp ban." So yeah.
Yep. Sounds good. Sounds
all right. So let's go to the best of series.
Yeah, so this is kind of going to explain that portion where Unreal wasn't quite sure about it. These series will be played as a 3-minute, 3-goal contest with the defensive power-ups only, exempting in the final match in the series teams where are 1-1, 2-2, 3-3. It will be played as a 5-goal, 6-minute deciding match. Oh, so they may have to play a third game?
So this is the best of series.
Yeah, sorry.
Yes.
Yeah, you guys added this part, and I'm like, okay, I was very confused. Okay.
So yeah, for stage 2, again, so there's going to be a couple different rounds, of course, and according to the round that we're in, it'll be either a best of 3, a best of 5, or a best of 7. So unless it is a tiebreaker game. So meaning if it's a best of 3, you're in a game 3, best of 5, you're in a game 5, and a best of 7, you're in a game 7. All matches will be 3 minutes set at 3 goals. If it is a tiebreaker game, so game 3, a game 5, or game 7, then it will be set at 5 goals and 6 minutes, just like how we do in the Battle Gym currently. But we just wanted to change up the context of the wording to make sure there is no hole in there to say, "Oh no, this is not what it said." It is now.
Alrighty. All right. So best of 3 will be played in the loser bracket rounds 1, 2, and 3, and the winner brackets rounds 1 and 2. Does that make sense to everyone? We're only best of 3 rounds will be played in the loser bracket. And rounds 1, 2, and 3 of the winner, losers bracket rounds 1, 2, and 3 will be played in best of 3, as well as the winners bracket rounds 1 and 2. If you want to, let's just go back here. Rounds 1 and 2 of the winners bracket, best of 3. 1, 2, and 3, best of 3. Making sense? Hope so.
Yeah, it says it right here. It says rounds 1, round 2, round 1, 2, 3. All right.
Yeah. So best of 5 rounds will be played in the loser bracket finals. So someone ends up 3rd place, and the winner going into the actual finals, winner bracket finals.
Yes.
So for the winner's side, best of 5 will only be played in the semifinals. And then best of 7 rounds will only be played in the grand finals. And as highlighted before, only one best of 7 series will be played to determine the winner of the Invitational.
Yes.
Of course.
So again.
Sorry, I was just going to add.
This means.
Oh, go on.
Yeah, go ahead. You go first. No,
I was just going to add the next line here is just, again, there's draws at the end of a match the exact same way we handle it in TPG, or TBG rather. If there's a draw, we replay the match, but if the servers are different in the other server, same rules apply from TBG. Go on.
Yes, and once the game is completed, we will move to the next scheduled game on the next scheduled server.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that means let's say there's a draw and you flip through twice, or let's say you flip through 3 times. It doesn't matter where that draw ended in the server. It means whoever picked for, let's say, game 3 will be on their map on their server. That is how it's going to go. There is no flip. There's no, oh, well, they just played on their server. They shouldn't get the server again. Well, you should have won your map. You should not draw. But yeah, I was saying I got a lot of question of, will the winner of the losers bracket get a chance to play in the grand finals? Yes. The way the brackets are set up is you will get a chance to where if you move all the way through the losers bracket and you win the losers bracket final, the winning team will go to the grand finals to play for the title.
Yep. That's how this bracket works.
Yeah. Yes, you did a wonderful job there, Woody. I just want to say that out.
Oh, well, I do what I can.
Yeah.
All right.
Screenshots.
All right, guys.
Everybody's favorite topic here.
Yeah. So, I know the last, especially this Battle Gym tomorrow, as well as the previous one, you guys had, or will have the luxury of no screenshots during those, the next one and the last one. However, screenshots are going to be 100% mandatory sent by the winning team. 100%. Failure in doing so will result in the match having to be replayed on the same map, same server, same everything. So please, let's move this forward.
Not the same server. The server will swap because.
Oh, did it say server swap?
Yeah.
And server will swap.
Server will swap.
Yeah.
Until the winning team provides proof of victory. So that means captains, teammates, everybody screenshot. Get in the habit right now. When you finish a game, start screenshotting. Because guess what? There is no, oh, my team forgot to screenshot, but you guys have the result. No, that's not what the rules say. The rule says at the conclusion of the match, if you will provide a screenshot to say that you won this match. If you do not screenshot and do not provide it, we will be replaying that map on the opposite server if there is a difference in server until a winning team provides it.
I know that sounds like it sucks, and I'm sure it does. But listen, if we don't get those screenshots, then we're not going to have the stats that we need in the event that you have a tie. Right? So it's in your best interest to get those screenshots and submit them. If you're a mobile player, download a screenshot app. I can recommend one. It has a little floaty thing on top of my screen for Android. I don't think it's there for iOS, and I use it all the time. I think it's called Screen Master.
I think most phones, all you have to do is hold down a volume and your power button at the same time. Press it at the same time, and it should.
But that's annoying.
Screenshot. Or you can swipe your hand across your screen. But yes, screenshots. Start getting the habit of it now. Captains, make sure you tell your team start screenshotting.
Yeah, so get the practice.
Four people screenshotting is better than one person.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. Gameplay. Battle Ball. It's just straight up Battle Ball. There is some items in here that you do need to know. One, substitutes may be used at any time in between matches. So you are only allowed a team of 6, just like the Battle Gym. And it can only include a captain. The captain either is one of the 6 or he's not playing at all, being the captain. So there's that. When playing on Temple, this is kind of a big one. If a player is seen by the referee deliberately delaying the game by throwing the ball or carrying the ball off the cliff or through the vines, they will automatically declare a forfeit due to delay a game. This rule is enforced at the discretion of the referee. It's what the perception of the referees at the time. The player will likely say, no, I wasn't trying to do that. But again, if it looks like there's intent, the referee will likely call it delay of game, and a forfeit will happen.
Yeah. So I've seen a lot of this conversation about, what if somebody wants to carry the ball off the cliff? I do understand there on the A side of the map, there are plays that you can do to score or even use it as a defense. We're not saying you can't do that. But if you take the ball, let's say you're getting pressured, you take the ball and you fly off the cliff with the ball and make no attempt to get that ball back onto the map, that's a forfeit. That is intentionally trying to delay the game because now you're trying to take the pressure off your side. It's just like throwing the ball off the cliff, guys. Just don't do it.
Yep. Be a good sport.
So,
be a good sport.
Yeah, just be a good sport. I mean, you lose. So what? It's a game, guys. I understand there's money on the line, but
or you're winning and you're trying to delay the game, right? Like, no. Yeah, you're not delaying the game if you're losing. Not purposely, anyway. So
power ups only. Yeah.
Yep, 100%. And then in the event of we've had this happen once, already in game, and this is because of that, and we actually experienced it. And then I think during a scrim, you saw something as well that was also very unique, and it's outlined in this. In the event of a last-second goal, the call of the game will be based on the scorecard submitted by the teams playing. See screenshots for more details. That's obviously what we just finished talking about. There has been occasions where the game voice doesn't register a last-second goal, but the scorecard does. In these events, if the scorecard indicates a good goal but does not allow overtime to proceed, the match will be continued as a 1-goal, 1-minute sudden death matchup on the server it was previously being played on. If no goal is scored in the minute allotted, then a match will be considered a draw and will follow the draw rules. I hope that makes sense to everyone. It's fairly straightforward, I think.
It should be pretty straightforward. I mean,
I hope so.
I think a lot of people play.
So there's developer problems. And how rare that happens, I highly doubt they're going to go and try to put a patch out just to fix that portion. Let's be real. And now I'll let you talk about team and player conduct.
Oh, yes. So
it's one of your favorite conversations.
It is. All players at the time of roster locks must have the matching name at the tournament time. Name changes will not happen between games or matches. So that means when you sign up for register your team for the Invitational, do not put some stupid ass mean name or whatever you want to write and then have a different in-game name. It needs to match. Mm-hmm. So that way we know that it is you playing and nobody else. Teams and players will conduct themselves in a respectful manner to all staff, hosts, and to other teams and players while participating in this event. Name calling, derogatory, or racist comments will not be tolerated. See below for possible consequences. So this means if you're a player, a staff member tells you, hold up, do this or do that, asks you to do this or do that, do not start typing in all caps, what is your problem, bro? Or start trolling other teammates or your opponents or anything of the sort. Don't do that. It's not going to be tolerated. It's not going to fly. I don't care. I don't care who your team is or what your team is. or whether you're in first seed or last seed, you will be thrown out. That's pretty much the bottom line. These events are we bring you guys these events to bring the community together, not to tear them apart. Just be respectful, okay? I don't care if you like player A or player A from team B. I don't care. Whatever your issues are, wait till the events are over, and then you guys can go do that in your community chats or whatever. Just be respectful when you enter our event. That's all I'm saying.
That's right, bruh.
That's right, bruh. Captains will be responsible for the conduct of their players. If an ejection is required, the player and the captain, that means the player and the captain, will be ejected from the tournament. If this brings the team to less than 4 players, the team will automatically forfeit. Depending on the severity of the incident, the player, the captain, and or team may be suspended for the duration of the event.
It's a big deal, guys. So this is something we kind of commented about a few times now in regards to, like, you know, online bullying and of that nature. Listen, guys, jeering at one another is 100% kind of expected. It's sports. It's esports. You get a group of guys, you know, playing, and gals playing a competitive sport. You know what? I think if you want to do it in Discord quietly, give her, not in game. Leave it off the field. All right, do it on Discord. I don't care. But when you put it up on stream and everything else, it looks bad on you. It looks bad for your organization, and it's just not good. So just don't do it. Throw it on the Discord where it's private. All right.
Absolutely. I mean, if you have an issue with somebody, handle it like adults. Have a conversation on voice chat, or have a conversation in your DM. You don't have to make everything so public for everybody to see you bullying somebody or you having an issue with somebody. Be an adult, guys. And I understand not everybody here is an adult, Casey, but but yes, I mean, just try to act like it, man. I'm just saying.
Pretend to be one for 2 days.
Yeah, not everybody's gonna agree on everything. That's just how life is. Everybody's entitled to their own opinions. But DM about it, or get into a voice chat and hash your differences out. You know.
Or just hug it out, man. Just love one.
Just hug it out, man.
Just peace and love.
Teams and players participation agreement. By signing up for the Sweaty Synergy Esports presents the invitational event, you are agreeing to all terms and conditions outlined in the above mentioned rules. If you have any questions regarding rules or events, please feel free to DM. It says Night Ray, but it should say Seeker on Discord. I'm just kidding. You could DM me, Seeker, Juski, Woody.
I'll get them.
Or even you could, like, if you want a little feminine touch, you could even DM Wifey. Okay. But yes, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to DM me. I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Again, we are all very busy, trying to bring you guys the best quality as in events as possible, as well as take care of our own personal lives. So, don't DM me 8 times with the same question because I didn't answer you for 30 minutes. Like, I will block you.
Listen, he's on he's on Discord more than he's not. Okay, he will get back to you, 100%.
Yes, I will get back to you.
Unless you already blocked him, then no.
I don't think I've blocked anybody yet, but just don't DM me 8 times with the same question, please.
I only block those bots who try to get me to click on links to things I don't want to click on. Those bots get blocked.
So yes, again, if anybody has any questions, again, please do not hesitate to ask us. We are here to try to make sure you guys understand the rules fully before the date of the invitational. Please don't come at me 10 minutes before the invitational starts and start flooding my things, because my phone will be set on do not disturb mode during the invitational. That it will be.
Sounds like a plan.
Right. Sounds like a plan. All right, let's get to the fun part of the stream tonight, which is the bracket.
Part 9 draw. Is that what we're doing? That was
Definitely
a
do it.
Jesus. I need a button that does like music for
The drum
draw.
roll.
Yeah, the drum roll for the draw.
You should. You have like 16 buttons, man.
Or anytime I do a dag joke. Boom.
Yeah.
Oh man,
But you gotta have
man,
that.
I'm coming up with great.
That.
I gotta write these. I gotta write these ideas down.
So for this one, we have 13 teams. I would have loved to seen 16 for the PBG finale for the season one, but 13 is still good. It's one extra team that we've been having because I think we've been pretty solid with getting 12. So thank you guys again for coming together. I think we've had a pretty successful season for the most part. I mean, we've
100%.
definitely. I think I've definitely seen the community grow, which is awesome.
No, and without you guys participating in the invitational, participating in the sauna, you know, we have regular day lives. If we do it for you guys, we do it because we love it and we enjoy it. We like making people happy and just seeing how far we can take Armajet. And without you guys, obviously that's not happening. So, much appreciated. So,
Absolutely.
so let's get to the Battle Gym Part 9. This is, basically our finales before we get into the Invitational. So this is the fight for those final points for those mid teams. So this is going to be really huge. So last tournament, Part 8, as you all very know, Fiery Tail Levy came out first, Terminus second, Sweaty Synergy Phenoms third, Fiery Tail Inferno fourth, Apex Icons THC Bid Elade all came fifth, and then a Bit Odyssey, CBD, XOZ, those guys ended up in I think was it 8th or 9th. So
Yeah.
I think it's 9th. So
9th, yeah.
and then, as you can see on this list, we have Hammers Esports and another team coming out from the THC franchise, Chiefs Ball Busters, CBB. So this is going to be, again, we always just seem to have a new team that just shows up. Almost seems like every week.
Which is awesome. Now imagine
Yeah.
if we still had, let's say, Sky Rose around, right? Let's say Easy Dragons, at least let's say they just put out one team still, right? And then another brand new team, man, we would have a full 16 field.
Yeah.
To where I think by season 2, I think when it rolls around, I think we might start with a bang and then maybe hopefully have full 16 teams.
Yeah, that'll be amazing. And I bet that prize pool of $1,200 will be even more than that. So, looking forward to season 2 once we get that going. Now, let's get to what you guys are here for. Without further ado, as we always do it, I'm gonna shuffle the seeds 5 times, and we're gonna rearrange it so that the top 3 teams are in their spots because we have an odd number of participants. Sorry, I'm just waiting for it to move over. I'm just going to show you what the bracket looks like. That we only have room for 3 people for buys. So the top 3 people, we're going to just write her down real quick. Was it FTE, and then Term, and then Phenoms. Okay. Those top 3 teams are going to get jacked back up to the top of the seeds, and then we're going to look at what we have. So let's get back to the participants. Here we go. Shuffling seeds 1. Oh, there we go. Click OK. Shuffling seeds 2. And then 3. And then 4. And 5. Okay, so we're going to put Blevy back at the top. And then we're going to take Terminus to second. And then we're going to grab Phenoms into third. And there you have it. We have, starting from the top, working our way down to 13, Fiery Tail Blevy, Terminus, Sweaty Synergy Phenoms, Bit Elade, Bit Odyssey, Fiery Tail Inferno, CBB, CBD, Hammer Esports, XOZ, Apex, Icons, THC. And what does that look like in the bracket? So let's go and find out.
Oh man, just by looking at it, like it looks like there's going to be a lot of internal fights just to start out round one.
No. You think, but it's not. So we're looking at it right now, and so game one that's going to take place is going to be CBD versus Hammers Esports, and then Bit Elade, THC, Bit Odyssey, SSE Icons, CBB versus XOZ, Fiery Tail Inferno, Apex. I think you'll only like you're talking about kind of like. Yeah, because you thought like if it's 1, 2, 3, 4, then yes.
It used to go straight down. It used to just go straight down, like five versus 4. No, 6 versus 7.
No, because it's always gotten top seed, bottom seed, and worked its way in. Either or. All right, so Elahad. Elade? Yeah.
Iliad. That's how I've been pronouncing it. Iliad. See, look, Bambi said it. See.
Iliad. Well, that's why I'm saying it, because I'm reading what he's saying. Iliad. I'm sorry.
Iliad. All right, so first
I'm going to blame that I'm Canadian. I think that's how we're going to do this.
Yeah.
All right, so
first matchup. We have,
so you want to chat about it? Let's chat about it.
Well, of course we're gonna chat about it, man. I love this part, man. I love breaking down, trying to see if I can get my March Madness magic on.
All right. So CBD versus Hammers.
Yeah. Again, Hammers wasn't in the last one. I think they're gonna come back firing for this one. With the addition of Resin and Hasco, and if you
that's a huge pickup. Yeah, I saw that they dropped Bacon. Yeah, I saw that they dropped Bacon and put Hasco in there. I think that is the best idea. No ill will on Bacon, but he's a Canadian brother of mine. But Hasco, the way he played that last tournament, just blew me out of the water. He was the shining star of the entire tournament, in my opinion. So the fact that they have him playing, that's huge.
And I like if you see Hammers actually selected EU for their server for this tournament, and which really makes sense because I think three or four of their players are EU. No, three players are EU, 1 NA, 1 SA, and 1 Australia. But I think they took the Australian server off or the Oceania server off. So. Yeah, I mean, like it's.
Did they select EU? I missed that apparently when I wrote up my list.
Yeah, I saw. No, I messaged Elsev and I was like, "Hey, I need a server." So he modified it.
Oh, good.
So I'm actually kind of interested to see what their starting 4 is going to look like, or if they're just going to go in rotation because I mean they have a pretty stud of a lineup between Lucas, Billy, Spiral, Elsev, Resin, and Hasco. Mm-hmm. And then to look at CBD here, right? That's Rad Clavis, Uber, Supercal 22, Superfly 22. He changes his name like every week, like Casey. Juvenile, Golden Boy 24, and FN. I know they've been playing a lot recently. I know they've been doing a lot of practices. And not to take anything away from them, but I just think Hammers is just too strong. I'm going to give that to them 2-0.
Yeah. I think that's... CBD is their kind of like their secondary team-ish, right? And Hammers, if they had they played 2 weeks ago, would likely have finished fairly deep. So I not out of disrespect by any means, but Hammers will 100% outwill and outclass and outplay them more times than not. And so if I'm a betting man, I had money in this, I'm gonna have to bet on Hammers. Daddy needs to line his wallets.
Yeah.
2-0.
I mean, yeah. Yeah, I would say 2-0.
All right. So we got game 2, bit. I'm gonna the bit E one, since apparently I
The
can't
Bit
say it
Iliad.
right. Bit Iliad.
Bit Iliad versus THC. Now this is gonna be very interesting. Like
This is gonna be a great game.
I think this might be. I think this might be the best. Oh, I don't know, man. Anyway. Let's talk about this one because I was gonna say this might be the best matchup in the first round, but there's also some other really good ones too. So, Iliad, right? They have Dragonfire, Able to Hate, Goke 89, or is it Goke Q? I don't know. I'm gonna call him Goke 89. It's Captain Susie, Kushaw, and Razzobi 9 versus Texas, Davy Jones, Day Day, Joe Mama, Rats, and Ziggy 2. Again, this is another NAEU server thing. And both teams, again, have been putting in tremendous amount of time. But THC, I know they've been playing a lot. They've been playing a lot, just like I guess, I mean, they actually probably been putting about the same amount of time. But I'm gonna give it to THC just because they have something to play for here. I think this is going to be, they know they have to perform here to hopefully get invited to the Invitational or to qualify for it. So just because they are playing for a higher stakes, I'm going to give it to them 2-1.
Yeah, I like this matchup because Iliad, frig, I can't. Jeez, I need to come up with a better.
Iliad.
Iliad. I just like THC's story. You know what I mean? Like, they came from like bare bones. A lot of teams would have just given up because they're just getting destroyed. But these guys are a different breed. They like punishment and they want punishment so that they can learn and get better. And they've come a long way. And Bit Iliad has just recently shown up. And I don't know their story. I don't know where they come from or how they work, or we haven't had an opportunity to actually sit down and chat with these boys, or at least I haven't. But I want to give it to. I want to say that THC's the better ones. If anything, Iliad I think is the underdog. But it's going to be a dogfight, 2-1. I 100% agree on that.
Yeah. I mean, I could be wrong. It might come down to server advantage because again, it's EUNA, and I don't know. I'm gonna go with THC 2-1. Yeah, 2-1. They again, I think they just have too much on the line to not show up.
Yeah,
and they do have 2 former Sweaty Synergy people, so.
Right. Casey says XOZ is gonna go to semis, I think.
Oh, I mean, you can't put "I think" at the end. You got to be more confident.
Yeah, buddy.
Speak with your chest.
Other than that, the only semi that XOZ is gonna have is what's in Nox's pants. That's it. That's the only thing that XOZ will ever have.
Casey's gonna clip it and send it to.
Whatever.
Next matchup we have Bit Odyssey versus Icon. This actually might be a fantastic matchup here, right? So Bit Odyssey, I mean, I know this team right here is pretty scary. Axe, Mikos, Collider, Red Heat, Elysian, and Ryga. I know I've played a lot of games with and against them within the last, let's say, month. And this is a team that's tremendously approved. And like the chat was saying earlier in the stream, like this team's gonna definitely start making noise in season 2. Like, they're so focused. They're always they're on every day for like 4 or 5 hours a day as a team, not just individually, but as a
Wow.
team. So, and they're learning a lot. So, and they're developing fast. I've seen some of the screenshots from their scrims that they've had with, let's say, Hammers, Terminus, Fiery Tail, like, and they're taking games off of them.
Oh
So,
shit.
uh, you're right. So, like, this is a very scary team and dangerous team. And I did tell them I'm gonna pick them to go to the finals in this one, just because I want to see them like be that Cinderella story that came out of that. These are players that came out of nowhere, right? And put the man hours in, and then qualified at the last minute. So I know they're playing the icons, and again, I love my icons, but because I told this team that I'd pick them to go to the finals, it's going to be Odyssey 2-1.
Wow. Okay, so I think this is going to be one of the best games you're going to want to watch, and 100% going to want to stream this. This is going to be a disgusting matchup. You've got icons who have been on the up and up swing. They've ran into some bad luck in round two, haven't had an opportunity to get to round three. Uh, but I really feel like they're such a strong team. They do practice a lot. I do see those guys online a lot. I don't play enough Armitage. I'm not on enough to see the Odyssey guys online too much. I think I've seen Red Heat and X Makos a couple times, but that's it.
Well, those guys are on EU time, so this is a completely EU team. So
Yeah,
they
yeah,
have
yeah.
no
No,
NA
no, I get
players.
that.
Yeah. So
So,
you're working when they're playing.
oh, and it could be like, I don't know, midday of some weekend or something, right? But either way, I've seen them play. I think they're a great team. I don't know, like I think it's going to be a dogfight, and whoever's going to want it more at the end is going to be a winner here. Um, and only because I know Icons more than I do Odyssey, I'm going to go the opposite way with you, sir, and say I think it's Icons 2-1. But this is a dogfight, game three, down to the wire type situation.
No, I think so. I think it's gonna really depend on who gets the server advantage. Like,
And
I
could
mean,
be. Maybe the servers are
Collider,
healthy that
well,
day.
Collider is a scorer. I mean, I'm telling you right now, when she gets the ball, like, she's dangerous with that ball. So,
Nice.
yeah.
All right. Game four matchup is going to be CBB versus XOZ.
All right. So, Ball Busters, Chiefs Ball Busters. So we have
It's the
Pimp Hand
Chiefs
Cam,
Ballbusters.
Chiefs Ball
The
Busters.
Chiefs. I think they need to
Um,
call themselves the Chiefs Ballbusters. I don't know.
uh,
It's
uh,
hard to say.
Pimp Hand Cam, Volt Taco, Depart, Wolfpack RK, Power Stroke 2, Mob 13. Or I think it's really supposed to say Mob, but that's a fancy way to write the last B. But I'm just gonna call him Mob 13 because that's what's written there. um, they're playing. Who are they playing again?
XOZ.
Inferno. XOZ. Oh, that's a very easy choice here, isn't it? I'm just kidding. So XOZ again, no Noxes. Although he did register himself as captain because he wants to feel included in the community.
Yeah,
We have
I think he just wants to talk to us.
Casey, Agris, Kareem. Who the hell is Jigglypuff? Maverick, and Master Bates. Yeah. So Master Bates is
Oh,
obviously a
Jesus.
troll. I'm assuming Jigglypuff is Linda,
Oh,
and
Jesus.
Maverick is Maverick. Well, that's actually pretty interesting. Maverick is gonna play. So if you don't remember Maverick, he was with Tribe.
Okay, I haven't actually have. He obviously changed the name of these people recently because that's not the
Yeah,
names I
yeah,
have.
yeah,
uh,
yeah. It must have been within the last couple hours. But yes. So I think XOZ still has a strong team right now, especially with Kareem playing with them this week. Um, I think they have enough to take down Chiefs Ball Busters. I know like some of those players are up and coming for uh the other CBB, but um, I think XOZ is going to take it. I think Casey has something to prove.
Oh, absolutely. He's
I
been
don't
kind of
think he
lighting
wants
up.
to.
He's been lighting up chat. So
Yeah, I don't think he wants to let his idol down.
no, I don't think he wants to let his idol down either. But Chief Ballbusters, where is he? Pam Pan Cam.
Yep, the parent count right there.
Yeah, I don't. I want to just because I know how good XOZ is, you know, with the people that they have, you know, in Casey, kind of leading this group. You know, one of my top 20 picks was Agris. He's on this roster too. So I will give it XOZ 2-1 actually. I think they're gonna slip on one, but they're gonna take the other two type thing. And you said 2-0 for XOZ?
Yes, I'm gonna say 2-0 XOZ.
Alrighty. Alright, then we move into Game 5. Fiery Tail Inferno versus SSE Apex.
Ooh. So both these teams actually need this win. Like I think this is gonna be a dogfight. Because again, both the teams need this win to qualify. Well, yes and no, depending on whether the other teams move on. So, like, let's say if XOZ moves on, and TAC moves on to the second round, then this is going to be a dogfight, and I definitely want to make sure this match here is like the last match we stream in the first round, so that way they know what they're playing for.
Yeah, Fiery Tail Inferno Apex. It is a dogfight, and whoever wins out of this is going to be it's going to have to face the Sweater Synergy Phenom. So it's it's going to be another dogfight for that whoever wins that match. So what do you say to it? Fiery Tail Apex.
Ooh.
I think it's 2-1.
So
it's 2-1 to who?
It's going to be 2-1, but I did predict last week, right? I did say Apex is going to be the odd man out, and I think you and Secret both picked XOZ. I'm gonna have to give it to Fire Tail Inferno 2-1.
All right.
Come on, boys, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong.
I'm gonna have to agree with you. 2-1. 2-1. I don't think I need to say more on it. I'm just reading Casey's.
Yeah.
So when is Noxus actually unbanned? Do we know the date of that?
I believe it
should be coming up soon.
I believe it is the week of. I want to say it's the week of the Invitational that Monday. I think. Or it could be next Monday. But I think it's the week of the Invitational Monday, if I'm correct.
Okay.
Or if I remember. Yeah. So Casey said 4 days before the Invitational. Yeah, I was right.
4 days. Wow. He's just going to be like just jamming on Armajet for 72 hours, take 12 hours sleep, and then back on.
No, he can't. He has work. He has to go to work.
Oh.
Knox is a working boy now.
A 16-year-old worker. That's good.
18. I think
Was he 18? Oh, okay. Well, whatever.
All right. So
we'll go there.
Let's go to the second round.
I'm like, we should just stop.
Oh,
all right. Firetail Blevy versus Hammers.
Oh. So the Blevy, I mean, they won the Invitational last week. I do understand they said they don't feel like they're the true champions until they've beaten Hammers. But look, I mean, a win is a win, guys. You guys definitely showed up last week or last TBG, and again, congratulations to you guys. You guys have a very strong team. I think Blevy has a strong team, and again, Hammers is very strong as well and retooled. But I think at this level of competition, I think Hammers still has some things they need to iron out with the addition of 2 new players. I mean, synergy it doesn't happen overnight. And to compete at this level, you definitely need that synergy to beat a team like Blevy. So I'm actually going to give it to Blevy 2-1.
Oh, nice.
And remember,
Nice.
second round. Remember, second round has bans. So,
Yep.
um,
Absolutely.
so yeah, I'm gonna give the Blevy 2-1.
Hmm. This is not an easy one for me.
It's
Um,
not.
what does
And I will
Hammers
say
have?
for Blevy, I know they got Wolf Core back and Yobot back for this event.
Yeah,
So
so I think you might see Inspiral in the game a lot more in the beginning, like round one, maybe even round two. Then he'll go to bed, and then you're gonna see Resin or Haskell, or I guess Haskell jump
then
in.
he'll go to bed.
Oh, dude, it's like fucking 13 hours later. Like it's a like 11 a.m. right now for
Right.
him, right? Like he's 13 hours
Yeah, I think
ahead.
it's 12 hours
He's
to 13. Yeah, 13.
13.
Yeah.
He's 13 right now. Um, so anyway, uh, I think Blevy's got a. I think they with their win that provides a lot of confidence that yes we can do it. So I think in all honesty, like I think you're not wrong. I think Blevy has a good shot in winning this. It'll be really interesting to see what Hammers does with their new crew. It's not like they added terrible people by any means, but do they have the synergy to do it? Is skill alone able to win them that match? And I don't think skill alone. You can have all the top-rated players in Armajet play in the same team, but they might get beat out by a seed squad just because they just all are rock stars and can't play as a team. Maybe.
Now, I will say this. I know I've seen Hammers as a team on a lot more recently.
Oh yeah,
For the last
nice.
couple weeks, they've been on a lot more. They've been doing a lot of scrimmages. So
Oh,
again, it's only been
but
2 weeks,
so you're
but
saying that and still giving 2-1 to Levy, where I haven't been online at all this week, and no, that's not true. I was on Wednesday. Oh, what about a Tuesday? No, Wednesday and Thursday. I played a
it
little bit
just
of
it just
Armageddon.
takes
Yeah.
time to build true synergy. And I
Mm-hmm.
I do, again, talent is talent, and you can't deny talent. But I
Mm-hmm.
think a team that is more comfortable playing with each other is going to has a better shot of winning. I think the team that's better prepared, better strategized, knowing their roles and positions are going to win. But
Yeah.
it is Hammers esport, and you can't deny them anything
No,
realistically.
no, no, no. That's you know what, and it'll be very interesting to see how that game goes out. I'm really excited to see that.
Yeah.
Providing
Right.
Fiery Tail, Hammers beats. Who was it? They were supposed to play CBD. I don't think it's. Yeah, I don't think they'll have a problem, but you never know. Maybe someone trips and
Right.
gets a hangnail and they can't play anymore. You never know. All right, so 2-1 Firetail. That's our call. Game 7 is going to be the winner of Bit Elade, which we said in THC, which we said THC.
All right.
And then
THC.
you and I were split on the Bit Audi and Icons on who would take that in there. So I don't. So let's go THC. What's your thoughts on THC and against Audi?
I'm taking Adi. I told you, man. I got Adi going to the finals, baby.
All right,
I got Adi going to the finals, but I'm gonna say it's 2-1.
it's gonna be close. Okay, and what if it was Icons
Yeah.
versus
If it was Icons,
Icons versus THC?
I'm gonna give it to Icons 2-1. I think they're gonna drop a game here.
All right, all right. I'd have to say. Oh man, I just know Audi's been putting the time. I know that Icons taste like this is whoever wins out of this. It's still going to be another dogfight in round two. This is going to be crazy. It's 2-1, but I think Icons will edge them out for sure. 2-1
Yeah.
for Icons. Integrates to THC. If it's Audi, I think it's another 2-1. I think it's the same situation. Audi comes out on top, but it's a 2-1 situation. Either of those matches, it's going to be great. To be
Oh yeah,
honest.
no, I definitely agree. I definitely agree.
All right, so then we have next matchup is Terminus versus we said XOZ in this one. So Terminus XOZ.
This is tough, right? So Terminus, we scrimmed them today, and they're still a very tough team. Bambi, Delight, Pontiki, Janitor, Natural Sky. Like I said, I'm a big fan of Natural Sky, but Natural Sky doesn't play very often. XOZ again, they're playing for their tournament life. So, and there's bands. I'm gonna give to Terminus 2-1 because of the band stage. I don't think XOZ practices enough as a team, especially with bands being in place to actually understand what it takes to win in the band stage.
And it's great now that bands are in place and Noxus isn't there to play them after complaining about it this entire time. I think Terminus is going to just put XOZ to bed. I think they're going to tuck him in for nights, and that's it. Terminus did a fantastic job in subduing the Phenoms in the semifinals of Part 8 in 5 games, I believe it was.
Yes.
And, I
I
think...
get nightmares.
I'm talking about it like you're not with them, but I know you are. There's more drama effect to it. So I just don't think XOZ is at that level, especially without Noxus, right? Like they're not playing with Noxus, and they really miss out on that, on those opportunities having him there. He's such a killer, and he does score goals. So I think Terminus is going to have a really easy road into the semifinals with XOZ. I'm sorry, Casey, but that's my professional analysis of that matchup.
Is it going to be 2-0 or 2-1?
2-0. 2-0.
2-0.
Sorry.
I think you just lost a follower there.
I think I did. Can I ask the streamer to give me money?
Right.
The next one is Fairy Tail Inferno. We said what did we say?
Yeah, we
said Fairy Tail Inferno. Versus to go against Phenoms.
I'm gonna say this. I think Inferno has improved throughout the whole season. I think they've been part of TBG for the last 4, maybe 5.
Yep,
and they've steadily improved every week. And I know last week we played them in the 3rd place match, and I think we won 3-1. Right? We won 3-1. I'm gonna give them a game this one, and I'm gonna say it's gonna be 2-1 Phenoms.
Interesting. All right.
Yeah.
I like your choice. I think 2-1 is fair. I just it's gonna be a no doubter in game 3, I think. Just based on like what is game 3? It's district. And so I think you guys are very strong in district. It's not a gimme, but I know you guys love district way more than anybody else in the Armaged co-op community.
We also spend a lot of time on district.
Well, absolutely. Like, why wouldn't you spend all that time? You spend all this other time playing these other maps. Why wouldn't you focus on district? Makes sense to me. But yeah, I think they'll squeak one. Absolutely, they might have that. Like, let's just say they have their favorite map on the favorite side, and that's how they squeak it. I think that's how I'm gonna feel about that one. Okay, so then we say Phenoms, we say Terminus, we've said Belevi and Inferno. So we are looking at the semifinals and who we have.
You said Inferno twice, right? No. You said.
No, I said Belevi and Inferno.
You can't do Inferno because Inferno's they're gonna lose to Phenoms, right? So it's gonna be Terminus, Phenoms,
Oh, sorry.
Levy,
Whoops.
and Odyssey or
Oh, oh
Icons.
yeah. Okay. I didn't write that one down because it's too much.
Yeah.
So because we're
Either
gonna have,
Odyssey or Icons. Yeah.
yeah. So we're gonna. What's Night Raid? Who's your top four?
Top four. So I'm gonna go Phenoms,
Mm-hmm.
Odyssey, Levy, Terminus.
Okay.
No. Sorry, no. I'm gonna say
Jesus.
Odyssey, Phenoms. I'm gonna say Odyssey, Phenoms, Levy, Terminus. Because I said Odyssey's gonna win it all, right? I said at
Yeah,
the
yeah.
beginning of the thing,
You have to keep consistent, sir, or otherwise people
right?
won't believe you.
Yeah.
All right. So what do I got here? So we have I called hammers to move on. And then what did I say about Firetail Blevy? I said Blevy in, so there goes
Levy, right?
hammers. So I have. So technically, I have Blevy to choose from. I
Levy,
have.
yeah, Levy, Icons, Terminus, and Phenoms.
Term. Yeah. Okay. So Blevy, icons, phenoms, terms. You know what? I'm sorry. It's not you. It's me. I want to say Blevy, phenoms.
Okay.
Icons fourth. I want to see them icons, and Inferno is third. That's who I have.
No, you can't state Inferno. You can't state Inferno. You gotta say
Oh, what the hell did I
Terminus.
write then? Oh, sorry, Terminus. I wrote. It looked like an I. I wrote a T, but it looked like an I. Terminus. Sorry. That's how that's gonna work out. I want the icons to finally get into the top four. I think they deserve it. They've worked hard. Time for them to at least top four.
Yes.
There
I
you
definitely think
go.
I definitely think they would be in top four of this. Or if Odyssey wasn't
Locked
there,
in.
I definitely think they would be a top 14. So
All right. Well, you got a lot of money on Odyssey, so that's
come on, Odyssey.
Bambi says Blevy Phenoms Odyssey and Terminus.
Oh, Bambi has some money on Odyssey too.
Oh, jeez, but not that far. You'll get paid out better odds in Vegas with that call. And I know you're a gambler too, so it's
Oh, I'm a big gambler.
oh, too funny. All right,
Anyways,
let's get back.
so
Shit. There we go. I Hey guys, sorry about that. When we switched over
Break,
scenes, when I switched
break,
over,
Woody.
uh,
Two vacations in Florida, and I told them I hope they catch COVID because like they're ruining my life. And this is supposed to be like this is supposed to be our event here, like especially as part of our team, or part of the team that's hosting the event. Like I wanted us to come out strong, but like, but the on the plus side, I actually realized how good Aimless Andy was. Like I think that was the takeaway from losing to Sky Rose and giving Aimless Andy an opportunity to play. Also, that's also when Latex and Latex and Guns Blazing actually played with the Phenoms on that one. Also, we discovered Secret at that point because he was part of the development team, and because we were short, uh, Secret we pulled Secret up from the development team, and that's how he started his shine.
nice.
Um, but overall, I think this is where I think Sky Rose started their domination. Right, I think for the first 3 weeks they won. Um,
They did.
they beat XOZ in this one. They beat us in the second one, and I believe they beat Hammers in the third one, if I'm not mistaken.
So
Um,
let's just kind of go down memory lane here. So yeah, Skyrose won the first one. Hammers wasn't even a part of that matchup. Skyrose, Sweaty Synergy, Top was in here. XOZ, easy upsetters, and Game Over. That team, I think that was one of the easy teams, right? Easy Dragons teams. Game Over, or was that?
Easy Upsetters was it was the actual Easy Dragons, but they name changed.
Okay,
Yes.
but I'm just trying to remember who was Game Over.
Game
That
Over was Fluco's team.
Oh, okay, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was
so that
Fluco.
was Battle Gym Part One. We ended up with Skyrose, then XOZ, Easy Upsetters for third. SS Apex was fourth. Phenoms, Top, and Game Over for fifth. And let's move on to Part Two. Those results. This was a much bigger field this time around. Uh, this one we had 15 teams. This was our biggest
Right, but
event.
I believe nobody did every team show up. Every team did show up for this one. Yeah.
Um,
No.
yeah, no.
Yeah, no, no. No,
I
no,
thought
no.
Los Fritos did not show up.
Los Frijoles did not show up. Yes, that's how.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was technically it was 15 teams signed up, only 14. No, and Tops didn't show up either.
Oh, that's right. Tops did not show up. You're right.
So it was 13 teams that actually showed up, although 15 signed up. Um,
That
but
is
yes,
correct. Yeah.
this is yeah.
That was another great matchup. Uh, Lots of hype considering this was our second one running, and without fail, Skyrose came in swinging. Now did have a hard time in the semifinals by squeaking a 3-2 victory over Fairy Tail, but then for the most part manhandled Hammers in the finals with a 4-2 victory. Um, and then Phenoms finally got in there and was able to take third place again with a 3-0 victory over Fairy Tail. That was a huge one for you guys.
Yeah. Yes, that was our first tournament as a complete unit, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And for like Pilot, Faye, Andy, or actually that was Andy's second tournament. Um, but for Pilot and Faye, that was their first actual tournament, so I think that was just a little bit of competition jitters.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I mean, for us to finish top three was pretty good. I think this was actually the first tournament. That was the first tournament that Casey was in.
Yep.
He got a little taste of the competition, which was awesome. This one here, right? One, two. This was actually 14 teams too, right? But again,
Uh,
Tops didn't show up again, right?
yeah,
Top didn't
14.
show up again,
Mm-hmm.
and
And we had
yeah,
a
that
new
was
team,
only
Colorful Dinos. That was
yeah,
fun.
colorful dino. Did Mo show up? I don't think Mo showed up, did it? No, they did. They did show up.
No,
That
Mode
was
showed up.
because I said I want like if I was part of Team Mode, I'd be a la Mode.
Jesus.
I do remember that one. Dad
That's
jokes for
that's that's
days.
that's what I need. I need the Price is Right like fail sound bit.
This is the one that we played Sky Rose in the finals, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
We
so
and we
yeah, you
actually
played.
ran through hammers on this one.
Yeah, you guys did run through hammers, 3-0 on this one. It was a huge surprise, and we thought, and this is I think was the one where there was a bit of drama where I think Elsif just kind of like what looked like rage quit, and like because you guys uh, looked like was going to score to finish it off, and then I think something happened with Faye. He got killed just before, or something happened.
He
Uh,
missed, but so they were playing
yeah,
three
he
nothing
missed.
or three. Yeah.
Yeah, and then Elsif rage quit by the looks of it, and then they ended up tying or something happened in the game that allowed you guys to keep going. I think they tied the game. You guys got into further into overtime, but it was too late that he rage quit, and that was it. And that was a huge like the community just went what? So that was a lot of fun to see. And then you guys, and then this is where Phenoms really came out swinging and put it to Skyros. They were not ready for you guys at all, and somehow squeaked out that win. And it was a squeak. There was not a game that was not nail biting by any means. So that was a lot of fun. And then as you probably guys see that Firetail ended up winning out of that because Hammers then kind of forfeited that matchup.
Yeah, I think they all said they had something to do or whatever the
Yeah.
story was, but you
Yeah.
know, I do
That
remember
was
that
amazing.
series. Oh my goodness, that was such an intense series. I think I talked to Seeker about it like a few days after we had that series. Oh
Yeah,
man, that was such an intense series. I think that was actually probably the most intense series we played. I don't know. We actually had a pretty good one with Hammers. I think the week after.
yeah, you guys did, but it was still wild, absolutely wild. So, and then Battle Gym 4. This is where Hammers wins their very first Battle Gym. This was rather surprising considering that Phenoms put them to bed in the semis, and in such a fashion that this was a complete utter surprise for a lot of people.
I
So
think this was the addition of Inspiral. This is when Inspiral came back.
uh, I can dial back
I
to
I
Battle
think
Gym
so.
5. No, it was
Yeah,
4.
I'll
Sorry,
check it.
I got it here.
Yeah, I can. All right. As long
So
as this is for.
Hammers, Lucas, Elsif, Baconism, and Spiral, and
Yep, this is when they added
Billy the Kid, and
Inspiral.
they had Red Bull as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, this is when they added Inspiral. Yeah, I do remember.
Yeah,
Yeah. Um. Yeah, that was a tough series too, man.
yeah,
I'm getting
because
gray hairs thinking about it.
yeah, that was Hammers versus Sweaty Synergy for the finals, and that was another sweaty like game 7 situation. It was. And everyone was completely surprised. I think you guys were even leading the first 2 games. It was two
No,
games. You guys
they were leading to. Then we
was it
came back to
okay?
win two,
That's right. That's
and
right.
then we kept switching back and forth. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. For the next 2, and then hammers.
Yeah.
That's right. I think everyone was quite surprised that they did so well. You know, they handled Skyros fairly decently in the semifinals, and then had a battle with you guys, and it was unreal
Yeah.
for that one. Um, and this could be right where we saw there was, maybe some. I know that there was issues with Firetail prior to, not Firetail, sorry, Skyrose, and this could have been that tipping point potentially, because from here we saw Skyrose started declining from here on in. So it's tough to say. This was kind of one of the
It happened.
last straws, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, whatever happened, happened. This is you know, I think Skyros at this point just decided, I think it's best to just split and do their own thing. So yeah. So part 5, right?
So part 5, we had the second win of Hammers Esports, which is
this is when
this is when it became a Skyrose Hammers finals, another Game 7 matchup, which was sweaty as all hell. What do you want to say about that? I know that Skyrose was took you guys to Game 5 to sweat it out with you,
so,
and then
I think we've always had a good series with Skyros every time. I mean, even going back to season 1 or TBG 1, we went 2-3 against them. This one we went 2-3. When we met them in the finals, we went 3-4. So I think we went to the final game every time we played Skyrose. Like, in all honesty, but we've also, I think that's one team we scrimmed a lot against. So, but yeah, this finals was actually really good too. I know their events has always been Hammer Skyros in the finals, and I think like for this to be, let's say, their final official game, or like a tournament team or tournament game. I know they played in part 6 and all, but I don't think they put their whole heart into it. To say this was the last time that you saw them put everything into it, I wouldn't have seen it. I think it was an epic matchup. If I do remember the series correctly, and I think this is one of the ways that we remember Skyros and Armajet. Period. So.
No, that was like the last real time that you saw like the Kings on the Hill type deal. Like that, yeah. It was such a battle, and amazing to watch. Hammers did squeak it out, and got their second win in a row at the Battle Gym. And then we'll move on to number 6, which again. We're on 5 or 6. What were we before?
We're on 6 now.
Oh, we're on 6. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Hammers never made the three-peat. You guys took it from them. That's right. I thought they had a three-peat as well. In this one, this was another one of those where just an amazing matchup. This is Phenoms beating Hammers, and with Skyrose getting knocked into the bronze medal and then losing to Blevy. Exactly what you said for the previous in part 5, where you saw the best Skyrose you could possibly see. And then this is where we kind of saw that, like, what's going on? Something's not right here with Skyrose, where, you guys smashed them after playing them previously. And then lose it to Blevy. And nothing against Blevy. Blevy's was a fantastic team then, amazing team now. But they smashed Skyrose too. So it was a very interesting day. It was a very interesting day because I remember that Sauna conversation, and we're like, is the world now tilting? Are we seeing
I do remember
the new teams coming in and start taking out the old? replacing, replacing the generation that's in front of them.
The changing of the guards, right?
Exactly, changing the guards, perfect example. So, this was that conversation. I totally remember having it, and it's not wrong. They weren't wrong. We do see like Hammers Esports is still very much there. They're very much like the grandfather for like Armajet Esports, but you have phenoms that are there nipping their tails. They have Blevy, Firetel Blevy. They're nipping their tails, and we find out this Inferno team, Firetail Inferno, that I believe showed up this tournament was their first tournament, coming out and doing well as well. So this is like that changing the guard thing. We weren't wrong about it. It was happening. We just didn't realize what was about to happen. So go into tournament 6. Or sorry, we were into 7. And this is where we lost Skyrose.
Yeah.
This is where Skyrose ceased to exist, and this is where a lot of the not low tier, but teams that are in the 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th rung are going to start shining, and and we called that out. We're like, wow. Do you realize what this does? This leaves a gap and an opening for a team to come in and try to swoop that 3rd, 4th spot, and there's an opportunity there now, and we got to see that with Fiery Tail. They took up seats 3 and 4 in this match by coming 3rd and 4th, but they put on a show against Hammers. Blevy put on an amazing show against Hammers in that semifinal. Oh, hello there. You got younger, Night Raid.
This is the Raidette.
So,
but yes.
So that was an amazing game. We all thought Hammers was going to lose. I totally thought Hammers was going to lose in that game, and they snuck it out in Hammers fashion, winning that. And that was an amazing show. And then we got to see Inferno against Phenoms, and it was a difficult ride for Phenoms in that matchup. They didn't win it by a gross amount. They obviously lost one, but it wasn't like you guys won like quick 3-0. Actually, I think you went 3-0 on them in the snow base, but you lost the first match, and then you won the 3rd one on this one. So it was a great matchup, and then you got to see Phenoms and Hammers Esports, and that was a matchup you wanted to see again because of the fact that you guys had just beaten them decently previously. So seeing this was a great matchup, and then a little surprising because you thought that whole changing the guard thing was coming into play right then and there, but Hammers beat the Phenoms out for it. And then we can. What was your thoughts on that?
That one. So I remember somebody writing that saying on one of our podcasts that we have never beat Hammers when they had Inspiral, which is true. And that's actually, again, like that's the team that I definitely want to play all the time. Like I think they are one of the top competitors, if not the top team right now in Armajet. And they only got stronger by adding a couple players and yeah, I mean, like me, I'm a competitor. I love playing against the best teams. Like that's what keeps my drive going, is trying to beat better teams or teams I feel like are better than us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think losing that one. I know Faye. I know. I was talking to Faye a lot. Like that's the person I talk to a lot after tournaments and games, and we were talking, and we're like, yeah, that just seemed like an off day for us. And I think even Andy chimed in and was like, yeah, something just didn't feel right that week or that day. And I mean, I think they were the better team that day. and
Absolutely.
I think we're actually tied with Hammers 2-2 in the Battle Gym series. So
Oh,
hopefully we'll see them this Sunday to settle that score.
well, there you go. So let's move on to 8, which was 2 weeks ago, and brings us into today and where we're at today. Um, oh no, I just grabbed 9 by accident. Whoops, go back. 8. I think I said today, and I'm like, oh no, I gotta get this one. All right, so this was another one of those like holy shit tournaments. No one saw what was going on, what was about to happen. I don't think anyone could have predicted this. We had 3-4 people on the sauna. We all gave our things, and none of them had this showing up. And how this panned out. You like in the semifinals where the biggest upset. Generally, you could say if you were to have some money on people, was the fact that Terminus beat Phenoms in the semifinals, and that was a grind. They grind the shit out of it. They had, oh man,
So
where
I'll
is
say
it?
this: going into
Hasco. They
that
had
tournament, right?
Hasco. And I thought Hasco was the all star. If there was an MVP of that tournament, Hasco was that guy, in my opinion.
So I'll say this, right? So going into Sunday, right? Saturday we actually scrimmed Terminus, and we split the series with them 5-5.
Wow.
So it wasn't. I wouldn't say it was a big surprise to me that they beat us, because I mean, again, they were definitely the better team, and we were actually facing a little bit of difficulties ourselves. But I mean, I knew what they were capable of because again, we split 6-6 on best of 12
Wow.
on the scrim the day before. So I wouldn't say it was a huge shocker, but yes, they did catch us off guard, and we did not correct the mistakes that we were supposed to from the scrim the day before. So,
Hmm.
um, I
Well,
mean, I think the
I
biggest
can tell
shocker for
you
me.
as from a viewer standpoint, from the folks that did not know that you had just had a scrim recently and you split, had none of that knowledge, 100% surprise, and was in my opinion one of the most entertaining things to see and watch, because it was a huge underdog situation in my opinion.
No,
Um,
absolutely. I think the biggest surprise was after they finished second is Resin and Haskell leaving. I think that caught my attention more. I think that shocked me
right?
more than
Well,
yeah.
and it's not like they made the finals and got smoked. They took 2 away. They took it to game 6. And then that Hasco Resin bail.
Yeah.
Like, I guess,
That was the
I
biggest surprise. But hey.
and you see that in professional sports where, the team, like, they're a free agent technically, and they have no necessarily ties, and they'll try to get moved to a team or traded to a team that has a good chance.
Yeah,
And
I
you
mean,
you see that
I
you
understand the logic in moving. I do understand because they feel like they have a better chance of winning if they were with the Hammers team.
yeah. Do
But
you think they're rental players or what?
yeah, I probably don't foresee them staying with Hammers after season one. I think it's more of I think it might be just more of um, a seasonal thing, but I could be wrong. Maybe they get along. I don't know. I always thought Hammers and Sky Rose players just did not get along at all, but hey, I could be wrong.
Bambi, to answer your question, um, well, I think I'm obligated to say no because I'm obviously one of the owners of Sweaty Synergy. But if
Well,
I
I hope so
wasn't,
too, Woody.
but if I wasn't and was asked, it would have to depend on what the offer is. If it's just to play for them, 100% no. There would have to be more to it. Yeah, I don't know the management. From my perception, what I've seen, I don't necessarily like how the organizations ran. From my perception, they could be running 100% amazing on the back end. I don't know, but from my perception and people who I've interacted with, and seeing in the community. I just don't know. I probably wouldn't.
Yeah.
That's my opinion, and that's we're getting sweaty.
Yeah.
So
And then here we are, right?
so yeah, and then we just talked about our top four for Battle Gym 9. Um, I think I think this is going to be another great one. Listen, if you're in this tournament and you've decided to sleep on this tournament, you're doing yourself a total disfavor. Uh, if you're in the top, if you know you're going to land in at least the top five, top six, and you don't come out swinging here, you have $1,200 of why you should be busting your ass off. This should be one of the best tournaments that we see tomorrow, and I want to see everyone's A game tomorrow because it's going to be sick. This is literally putting people in the final positions, the final spots to take us into the invitational, and it's going to be gross. And I want you guys to, kick ass and take names, and I want to show. Me and Sean are sitting here, we're working our butts off. We want to show. So let's go. Let's do it.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I'm super stoked for this one. I think that Infernal Apex is going to be the one to watch. So I'm very excited for tomorrow. I think regardless of how tomorrow ends out as far as rankings go or finishing placings go, um, I think it was an amazing season working with everybody and seeing all these new teams form and new competitive players come out. And I'm just excited to see what will happen for season two. Because again, after TBG 9 and then 2 weeks later, we're going to have the 2-day invitational. After that, we're taking a month off. And I just want to see what new teams will be formed based on season one. And
Absolutely.
I mean, I hope other organizations or other players come together and say, you know what, for that lull period, or let's get something started during this lull period, so that way we can also host tournaments how often ever they want to. And I just think there's a lot of things that can happen, and I'm just excited to see what the future holds for the Armajet esports.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm going to switch scenes here in a second. I have to do some quick button pushing, so hang on. All right, we're good now. We're good. We're
So
good.
yeah. So yeah, I mean, with that said, I mean, I just want to thank everybody that has continually came out, supported us, supported the Armajet scene. The community is, again, the absolute winner in all this, because I think without the community, none of this would be possible. Shout outs to, people like Draven, who donated $500 to the event. I think it's been great just seeing how well the community has come together over this past 4 months, and I'm just excited to see where it's going to go. So yeah, kudos to everybody that's been involved, and to you, Woody, for doing all the work that you've been doing.
Oh,
Juicy,
thank
I
you.
mean, Juicy doing all that graphics work and putting promo videos together. I know, like, when he does those promo videos, it's like 16, 17-hour days for him putting it together.
Yeah,
So yeah.
he is one of the hardest working guys in like the video stuff. I can't do it, so I'm so glad we have Drewski to be able to do it. Um, yeah, no, you're welcome. I do have a lot of fun casting this tournament and running a lot of the back end technology stuff. Uh,
And
it's it's
yeah, I
it's
mean,
it's been definitely a test of my skills and ability to multitask.
yeah, I mean, it's been great. Like, I mean, look at how much we've grown like, as a company ourselves. Like, I mean, we've added Sean Ostino, we've added Seeker and Wifey. I mean, Seeker's the COO of Sweaty Synergy Esports. We got Wifey as our
Community manager.
social media and community manager.
Hmm.
We've added Jeffrey Cass, another great shoutcaster. Hopefully, he'll be doing some shoutcasting for us eventually.
In season
Um,
2 for sure.
I mean, right? I mean, we've grown as a company ourselves. And again, guys, if you are interested in helping out with the invitational, or even joining Sweaty Synergy Esports family as part of the production team or in any facet, like please do DM me, myself, or Woody, or Seeker,
Drewski.
Wifey, Juicy, anybody, and we're all open ears, guys. We love to see this community grow. We love to see our own family grow. So yeah, please do reach out to us. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, I don't. You don't have to be, especially for production, right? Obviously, we would love for you to be a part of Sweaty Synergy Esports family, but if you are a part of another organization, but you want to help with the production, I don't see why not. Give me a shout
No,
and,
absolutely.
and see where we can fit you in to help out. This is more about the community than anything else than publish publicity stunts for esport or Sweaty Synergy Esports. This is something we're trying to grow as a community because it's going to benefit everybody. So
Yeah, I mean, it's just a reminder, like we've made $0 during
mm,
the whole Battle Gem series. We make $0 doing the Invitational. We actually lost money, right? Or we've actually going to be spending money doing this.
we've
Like
so
this is
so
all we do. Yeah,
between promotion dollars that we've put into kind of like get the promotional video out there. But that $1,235 you see is actually the money that was donated, but that's not the money in the account because PayPal likes to take fees off of it. So we're gonna obviously be throwing our own dollars to boost that back up to ensure that whoever receives the monies will get the dollar amount that's actually listed. So, yeah, man, we're putting our time, we're putting our money, we're putting blood, sweat, tears, uh, uh, families, potential divorces at stake. um, but yeah,
well,
we're
yes. I
we're
mean,
we're doing
yeah,
it for the love, guys, and the fact that you are on here watching the stream means a lot, and coming to the events and watching means a lot too.
yeah. I
Greatly
mean,
appreciate it.
shout out to like people like Bambi. He's always part of the community.
one Hundred
I know
percent.
he's not an Armajet Discord moderator, but he's helped a lot. Draco does a lot of moderating for Discord for Armajet. Unreal has been a big supporter of the whole Battle Gym scene. He's always been with us for just about, I believe, just about every podcast that we've done. And I know I'm forgetting a
Warren's
lot of people
huge.
like Casey. Warren's big for it too. He does a lot of Reddit posts. I mean, there's a lot of people that have been part of the community and that go unrecognized. And like we'd love to recognize those people. So thank you guys for continuing to help grow the Armajet scene. Like that's just awesome, I think.
No, indeed, indeed. Um, what else are we? Do
But
we have
yeah,
any more topics, or
no,
are we
that's it
cutting
for
everyone
tonight, sir.
loose?
We're at two
Nice.
hours today.
Oh man, it just flies by. Just hanging out.
It does.
Well,
It does.
guys,
So yeah.
I'll let you. So again, Woody W00DY. I'm Woody on Armajet. Add me as a friend. We'll hang out. We'll play. You can. This is my Twitter just below here. W00DY underscore TTV. Woody7 is my Twitch. Come hang out. I may be streaming after this. I do not know. Got to check in and make sure everything is well in the household. So if I am streaming, you'll find it on my Twitter, which if you join, you'll see me.
Yeah. And then you can find me at Night Raid X81 on Twitter and Twitch. Although I don't really stream at all anymore, but I thinking about possibly going back into streaming during the month fall. Also, you can if you haven't checked out our YouTube page, it's Sweaty Synergy Esports on YouTube. Go ahead and check us out. Facebook, we started a brand new Facebook page. Check us out at Sweaty Synergy Esports on Facebook, and on Instagram it will be sweatysynergy.esports.
Yes.
Don't forget to follow Juicy on Twitter as well. He's at Juicy Sin. That's
SYN.
SYN. Uh, yes. So make sure you guys show him some love, as well as Seeker and Wifey. I believe Seeker's handle is the same as his Twitch
Seeker
account. I
of
believe it's at
Nomina.
of Nomina, and I believe Wifey's at I want to say it's at Wifey. I could be wrong. But yeah, definitely, start, if you guys haven't followed us yet, please do. We do post a lot of interesting stuff on Twitter and give you guys information about it, as well as on our Twitter Synergy Twitter page. So thank you
And
guys for showing up again. Yeah.
yeah, and just quickly about the YouTube channel, guys. All the one, not every single battle gem's available on YouTube, but majority of them are. Same with the Sauna episodes. Majority of them, if not all, are on YouTube. So you can go check out any replays that you wanna see. Get some video. That's some good solid video right there. If you wanna get some strategies going. So check us out.
No,
Subscribe, like.
another thing.
Oh crap! All right, go.
Another thing, yes, yes. So, and if you guys are Valorant players or you guys like MOBAs,
Yes.
we are branching out into it. I believe we're gonna officially launch to go into competition in August. So definitely come, DM myself or Seeker. We generally do most of the recruiting. You can DM Woody as well, or Juicy, or Wifey. Again, you can DM any of the management staff, and we'll start communicating with you about it if you're interested. I know with Wild Rift and Pokemon Unite ready to come out within the next month or two, that's going to be huge for the MOBA scene. So yeah, we are currently recruiting for those two teams as well as the Valorant team. So if you guys are interested, please do come give us a shout.
All right, and if you want, if you're on here and you're looking for a copy of the challenge brackets for tomorrow, do just type !bracket in your chat window, and you shall see that. We will also be posting the brackets on our Discord, so you guys know.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming out again tonight. It was fun hanging out with everybody. We will be back next Saturday to talk about. We'll definitely cover the whole top 8 teams that are into the Invitational. Do more of a breakdown on every team and every player. So definitely come check us out next.
All right. Have a good one, guys.
All right, have a great one.
good.